Alright lads, welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? How you doing? Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing and coming on back. I do appreciate it. Available wherever you get your podcast from. Check me out on YouTube. If you don't, I'm actually got weird pimples on my forehead. I think that's from the motorcycle. You know, when you ride the bike a while, it's like when you have one of those like German helmets. They call them skull caps, which we know what they are. You know, because the dirt, it's just, and you get home and you clean it, maybe it's not enough. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like a teenage girl. Yes, check me out on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts from. Also, my The Manxiety Show with me and my good buddy Corey Brooks. Having a lot of fun over there on that one. Check it out. Also available wherever you do get your podcast from. So I appreciate the love, the support from all of you. Thank you so much. I forgot to write down all my dates where I'm going to be all over the country. Find me. It'll be good. It'll be funny. I swear it will. I'm working on a lot of new stuff now too, which is kind of, it's been a weird week for me, and I'll get into that in a second, but you know, just kind of where I am right now, stand-up wise, it's like I'm kind of not bored of my own material, but I kind of am, you know, and the new stuff isn't sharp and polished yet. It's funny. It is funny. But it's, you know, it's not really polished yet. So you're kind of in that transition stage where it's kind of fun, but it's not. It's a lot of, you know, when you go out there, you're not getting that reaction from the audience that you normally do. You get a good reaction, but it's not that big reaction. But that's, you know, maybe it's my fault for taking on too many new jokes at once, as opposed to, you know, sometimes people just kind of I'll do one new joke till I get that right, then get the next one and so forth. I'm kind of dumping a whole bunch of new stuff in there at once. But that's my problem. That's not your problem, people. You shouldn't be worried about that. I want to talk about, it's so funny because this is where I'm kind of it's in a weird, like, I'm trying not to be combative with anybody, but sometimes, like, you know, like a fight will show up at your doorstep type of thing. I had a conversation at a comedy club with a female comic, and it was the funny thing was, all it was like I saw a meme or a tweet or something, and you may have seen it. I don't know if it's gone viral yet. It probably will, knowing the way the world works. Dumb shit. Did my dog just fart? Did you just fart, Benny? Fucking dog. I legit heard him fart. Yeah, and it was a meme or something like I saw it was. And what it was the back of a car window. There was a huge sticker that took up the whole window. You know the ones. They're usually like memorials for when, you know, somebody died, which is, you know, I don't want to see that. I'm not good at mathematics, figuring out when you die. I got to do math about how old you were when you died. I think Daniel Tosh does a joke about that, actually. Shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? You see a date, and I think, yeah, that was the joke. You see a date on the fucking back of the car of when someone... No, hang on. Someone's calling me in the middle of a podcast. Hang on. I gotta save that every fucking time, man. I don't know this new phone, because I do save audio to it. Alright, let's go again with so if you're just listening to the episode, I got interrupted. If you're watching it, you saw the whole struggle, the whole dramatic change of going up and down of the theater of what happened to episode 168. Anyway, that was he fucking Tosh did a joke about you see a thingy jiggy, you know, like the date of birth on it and gone, and you got to figure out whatever. That was a waste of time. But I saw this sticker on the back of a car, and it said, what did it say again? Fuck, I don't make sure I don't mess it up. It said, it said, so if you're pro-life, if you're against pro-choice, let's see how you feel if I fuck your husband. Now, that and again, look, I'm not here to talk about, you know, whatever your belief is. I'm not here to debate that whatsoever. If you're pro-choice, if you're pro-life, I don't want to do that. I don't want to debate anybody over something like that, something so serious. But can we all agree that only a woman would come up with something so fucking crazy? Can we do that? Can we all just agree that only a woman will be that fuckingly mentally challenged to come up with something like that? And I'm not talking about, like going to the DMV or wherever you get, go online and typing that out, sending it to the sticker company, paying your whatever money it was, and then they'll mail it back to you and putting it on, or maybe you went to a place to get it put on. I'm not talking about that level of commitment. I'm talking about like a spite baby. You know what I mean? Like only a fucking woman would be that crazy to go out and have a spite baby just to prove a point. Just to prove a point. Just to look into the eyes of a kid. Raise them all the way up to adulthood. Raising this little spite baby just to fucking prove a point. Right? Because men wouldn't do crazy shit like that. Like, that's the long game of teaching you a fucking lesson. Right? That's really committing to the torture and proving the point that only a fucking woman could. And then here's the thing too, like if you're transitioning over, by the way, like, I mean, this is not a trans thing. If you're coming over, like, I don't get why a man, I mean, and I'm saying I don't get it as in a negative way, but like I don't understand like why a man would want to go over there to that side to transition over there. But I get why a woman wants to join our team, like, because we're fucking awesome. Like, we don't, right? Being a man it's just great to be a man. It really is. Like, it really is. So I get why some women want to transition over. But if you're a woman and you're transitioning over from a woman to a man, make sure you're ready. Okay? And leave all that fucking crazy at the doorstep. When you come into manhood and we've accepted you, open arms, embraced you as a fellow man, as a dude, when we high-five you at the door, hand you a beer, ask you to go to the gym and do chest day with us, which is always a Monday, just make sure you've left all that crazy at the door. I think it's the equivalent of, when people from New York move to Florida, and the Florida people are like, oh, fuck me, they're going to come down here with their fucking liberal ways. You know what I mean? They're like, Florida's awesome. Don't come down here with your fucking, you shouldn't have a gun, man. Like, don't. Or when California people go to Texas. That's what I'm trying to say. What's that? What did they say? Don't bring your blue shit down to our red state, or don't try turn our red state blue. Same thing. Ladies, do not come over here, and you want to be a man. We would accept you, right? We would accept your transition into being a man. But listen, if you're in, you're all in. That means if you want the keys to the kingdom, if you want our secrets, we'll give them to you. Just you can't do that. You can't do that. All right? Come on in. You're welcome. Just none of that fucking level of crazy. That's what we're trying to say. All right? That's the point I'm trying to make. That was based on the sticker I saw. So, we're at a comedy club, and we're sitting at a booth. And there's four of us, four comics, five if you include a civilian. A civilian is someone who's not a comedian, but they're friends with a comedian or whatever. They weren't with me. So we're having this conversation, comes up about Roe V Wade. And before I go any further into the conversation, I don't know if I've said it before, I am pro-choice. Like, go ahead, do what you want. Do what you want. But my only thing was, and this is not what started the argument, me and this female comic, which wasn't an argument, but, someone took the whole thing too serious and stormed off. But I'm pro-choice. I wanted to say a lot of things there, actually. I'm just trying to put them together in my head. But so again, I've got nothing to say. But my argument about, and we'll come to that in a second, is, where men are not allowed shouldn't have an opinion, blah, blah, blah. But I'll get to that in a second. But the conversation was, the fucking this, that, the other. And it wasn't heated. It was just a normal conversation, Roe v. Wade. And look, when you're in the city, in New York City, I don't know if you've been there, or, now, if you've been to a comedy club there, they're very liberal and woke. And I'm not woke, I'm kind. Maybe I'll explain that in a minute. The difference in those. But so we're having this conversation, and all I said was, like, you know what's kind of weird about this whole thing, or what's sad about this, is that, like, both sides believe they're right, and they just will never agree on the other side's perspective. Like, they'll never see it from the other side's perspective. Like, one side doesn't see that it's your body, your choice, and they don't want to be told what to do with their body, right? So they're standing over there and they're fucking yelling at them and they're picketing, they got signs and all that shit. And on the other side don't understand that the other side think you're killing babies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what they believe. So why can you not understand that they are a little upset, and that's why they're arguing? So that's all I said. And I truly believe that. And it started off slow, right? I saw the ears go up a little bit, and she leaned in a little bit towards me. She leaned in close to me, and she goes, "Really? Is that what you think?" And I was like, yes, I do. And I still said it. I'm pro-choice, right? Still said it. I said, I just think we're not, we just need to look at the other side's perspective, the other side's point of view of where they're coming from. And she goes, "Do you think that all these people truly believe it's about killing babies, or it's about control?" I go, "Killing babies." I still believe it's about, when they argue, it's about you're trying to kill babies. That's what they believe. And she goes, "Well, half the country isn't religious." I go, "You can be an atheist and still believe that biology has taught you in school that when the sperm hits the egg, you have now conceived. The sperm hit the egg, so you've now conceived." So you could be an atheist and believe that biology to you is a person, and you believe you're killing a baby. She leans in a bit further again. She goes, "Oh, really? Like just like that?" And I go, I'm not saying I'm just telling you, I'm playing devil's advocate here. That's all I'm doing. She leans in really close again, right? And the breath was fucking stinking, by the way. And I was like, that's what they, maybe. She goes, "It's not that. It's not that." I go, "All right, go ahead. Speak for the country." I fucking hate when people speak for the masses. And she goes, "It's just about the white men." And I go, "Okay, white woman, go ahead." And she was like, "It's about, they tried to take your guns, they couldn't do it. They tried to," she started going down a list of things that people tried to take from the white man, and they protested. She goes, "So now they want to control, the women." I didn't even say I think that was a ridiculous response, because I didn't get a chance to. She grabbed her shit and she goes, "Give me my pocketbook," and she walked off. And I'm like, normally, like, I've had heated debates with people before. I'm like, fuck, you know what, man? Let me call him up the next day. I go, "Hey, man, you all right? We good? We good, man? Sorry about that. The thing got out of hand a bit. The discussion went south a little bit. You all right? Yeah, you all right? Talk to you soon. See you next week. Whatever. Go fuck yourself," in a joking way. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not even calling this person. This person does. It doesn't even bother me. It doesn't bother me, because I'm at a different place in my life where I don't give a shit. Like, I analyzed the whole conversation. I'm not saying I was right, but I said nothing wrong. I wasn't wrong. I'm not saying I was right, but I wasn't wrong. It was an honest opinion, which we're all at the table allowed to have. And even if it was pro-life, fuck you for storming off. You're supposed to be a thinker. We're comics. We're comedians. We're supposed to be able to take shit, give shit. We're supposed to be open-minded to what comes in so we can fucking process it and shit it back out again. Bullshit. And that's what it was. That's what it was about. If you are, like, and all I said was, like, they believe that you're killing a fucking baby. No, they're not. Unbelievable, man. And my argument was always my thing with the whole Roe v Wade thing, is when women were out there on their Instagram and their TikToks and whatever. I couldn't tell you about Facebook or Twitter. I ain't on them. And they were telling you about, if you don't have a uterus, you need to shut the fuck up. You don't have an opinion and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you know what's funny? Every single state in the country, right? A female. Oh, here's what she said too about it before I move forward. And I said this one thing, and I was kind of joking, but it came across like a serious point when she was saying, like, it's not a life. When I was talking about cells, she was like, it's not a life until I'm sure I'm butchering this now for those of you who are really big into this fucking bullshit debate. If it can't sustain a life without the mother or something, or outside the body, right? Isn't that it? You know what I'm trying to say? If it can't sustain a life outside the body, someone please correct me on that one, whatever that is, or put it in the comments section, or message me of what that is. And I all I said was that no, it's even if you have a baby and just leave it on a bed and say, I'm off to Disney World, the baby's fine. It's still, a kid still needs you to survive. Like, I used to have a joke in my act where a fucking deer was born, or a giraffe was born, and the giraffe got up and walked. Humans don't do that. The giraffe fell out of her mother, got up and walked off and started eating fucking grass and seed or whatever the fuck. Human babies don't do that. A human baby comes out, and if you left it there, the baby fucking dies without you. You know, my son's fucking 12. He'd be dead in a week if I fucking left him. He couldn't feed for himself. But yeah, so the whole thing is like, you don't have a uterus, you need to shut the fuck up, you know, that kind of thing. But like I said, you know what's funny, because like every state in this country, in America, I don't know what it's like, I don't remember what it's like in Ireland, because I've never had those conversations. I wasn't, you know, around people like that. We just played basketball with my friends, and, you know, Terry and Carl and Gilly and Robbie, and we just played basketball. We didn't, you know, we were taking 3-pointers. We weren't out there, you know, talking about, oh, dude, sick shot. Do you think a woman's body is her choice? Anyway, so, you know, we in anywhere in America, a woman can opt out of being a parent I think it's up until 2 years old. Again, put it in the comments if I'm wrong about that. About the age, I know it's a fact that a woman can opt out of being a parent. Every single state, top to bottom, left to right, fucking roof to nuts. Every woman in this country has the right to opt out of being a parent. To go, you know what? I'm fucking done. Let me sign this form. I'm out. Kid can go for adoption. They can give it up to their mother. That's very common, where they sign their kid over to their own mother, technically the kid's grandmother, to their aunts. We've seen those stories. You heard of those stories to avoid shame, right? Didn't The Sopranos do one of that? That was a big thing where like the unwed mother, you know, was shamed because of the Catholic Church made you feel bad for having a kid out of wedlock. So you signed up your parental rights. So all women can do that. You know who's not allowed to do that? A man. A man's not allowed to do it. Isn't that funny? We can knock a girl up. Not me. I have a vasectomy. I'm fucking fine. But you can. You can. It's a bit serious. I know it's a bit serious for a podcast that's supposed to be a comedy podcast. But you can do that. A man can do that. I can knock a woman up, and I can walk away. You can't. That's it. You got to pay for it. You got to pay for it until the kid is 18, even if you want it, if you don't want it. So I kind of do find that, shut the fuck up. You don't have an opinion. You know what? I think we have earned an opinion at least. Might not get a say. We might not get a say in it, but we have earned a fucking opinion. That's all I'm saying, ladies. That's all I'm saying. Again, I'm happy for you. Do what you want to do. It's your choice. It's America. Do what you want with your baby. Don't you love it? You know what I mean? That's it. I mean, look at Casey Anthony. She did what she wanted with her baby. She didn't want a babysitter. I want to have a babysitter to when I go out and partying. You know what? She had an abortion of her kid. It was 4 or 5. I know that's dark. That's dark. Just a joke. Relax, people. Yeah, I'm not woke. Someone said to me the other day, "You woke?" I said, "No, I'm not woke. I'm kind." And I go, "What are you talking about?" Well, I feel kindness. Being kind means you're kind. You treat people based on kindness. You treat them no matter what their gender, their race, their ethnicity, their gender, their weight, their physical appearance, what they're wearing. Doesn't matter. You're just kind. You treat them with kindness. This morning I didn't though. This morning, like, no, I was like always raised to be a gentleman, like opening doors for ladies and that kind of stuff. This morning I was going to the gym and I really had to shit, so I just opened the door real quick and I saw there was a woman coming like right there by the door, and I didn't even hold it open for her. I was like, you know what, fucking equal rights, and I kept running. I really had to shit. Didn't even scan myself into the gym this morning. But anyway, I'm not kind. I'm kind. I'm not woke. And basically, that's what kindness is. Woke is having a set of opinions and values and then forcing other people to have those set of opinions and values. And you're a bad person if your values and opinions are not the same as mine. That's the difference between kindness and woke. All right? Kindness and woke. Kindness, I was on a plane once and I was sitting, I had an aisle seat. I was loving the aisle seat. I was coming back from, I think, LA, one of my stops, and I see this older woman get on. She had like her whole leg was in a brace. Her right leg was in a brace, and I said, you know what, she would be perfect for the aisle seat. And I said, Miss, would you like to sit in my aisle seat? Now, she could have broken that leg by punting a baby over a bridge. No judgment. Kindness got her that seat. I made a joke about being woke, and American Airlines didn't want to let me on their flight. It was a whole to-do. I didn't go into this on an episode yet, but they tweeted a while ago saying that in the next 10 years, 50% of our pilots will be female and minorities. And all I said was, great, so when the plane crashed into mountains, at least my family will know I was woke. That's all I said. And American Airlines, when I tried to buy a ticket, they gave me a fucking hard time. They wouldn't let me buy a ticket. I had to call customer service. And it came down to it. They're like, Michael Thomas. And here's what they didn't say was because of the tweet, which is fucking messed up. Check all this out, by the way. They said, oh yeah, is your name Mick Thomas? I was like, well, legally my name is Michael Thomas. Mick is short for Michael in Ireland. So I wasn't booking a ticket under Mick Thomas, but she was calling me Mick Thomas, the supervisor was, which is not weird. But however, so that whole woke joke almost got me kicked off a plane. And that's all the point I was trying to make. It's the point I was trying to make. Look at it. Do you want... It's legit. It's a joke and it's true. It's a joke and it's true. Do you want like a guy with a big mustache, perfect posture? He's going to fucking land that bird perfectly. He got 100% on his test. Or do you want them to tick a box for someone named Becky who got 85% on her test? Right? You give me the 100% guy every time. And you know what? If you're sitting in a room, you have 100% male, you have 100% female, you have 100% Latino. I don't know why the fuck you put minorities in with females. It's almost like an insult to minorities. I'm joking, women. Shut up. It's a joke. Holy shit. But anyway, it doesn't matter. If you want to tick boxes and everybody gets 100%, go, you know what? We've no Koreans. We've no Korean pilots. We don't have any Korean pilots? No. We got one that got 100%. Give it to him. Give it to him. We've no people from Ecuador. We don't? Nope. How do you do these tests? 100. We've no midgets. We've no midget pilots. No, that would be... I would love to see a midget pilot. Not on my flight, of course. But I would love to see a midget pilot. And if the midget pilot is sitting in the waiting room with all the other guys going for the job interview, American Airlines, and he's next to fucking Brad again with the perfect posture, the mustache, and he's going to fucking land that bird 100%. If the fucking Oompa Loompa can do it, and he gave him 100%, he passed all it. Tick the box, put the midget on the plane. Put the midget on the plane. That's all, not on the overhead. That's... Now I'm just going to be a dick. What a horrible way to end an episode. Anyway, that's the point. That's a bit serious, right? It's a bit serious. But anyway, thanks for liking, listening, subscribing, sharing. This probably won't air. This will probably get taken down off YouTube. I just know the way they work. Follow me on Instagram, Mick Thomas Comedy. Follow me on TikTok, Mick Thomas Comedy. I'll be around. Come see me when I'm in your town, which will be soon. I know next Tuesday, the 26th, I am at RJ Daniels in Rockville Centre. It sounds like, what are you doing at a restaurant, Mick? But I'm telling you, man, I did it the first time to start doing comedy there. I'm there with my buddy Jason Salmon. It is a fucking great show. The setup is phenomenal. The stage is great, and everyone's there to have a good time. So come down to that one. I got other dates, but that's the one I remember. All right, everybody, thanks so much. Again, I'll see you soon. And as always, wash your hands, you dirty fuckers. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.